United States Air Force presents Big Moments in Sports. Municipal Stadium, Cleveland, December 24th, 1950. The Toe wins another pro football championship for the Browns.
This is Harry Wismer bringing you a big moment in sports history. What you are about to hear is a dramatic recreated account of a never-to-be-forgotten sports event at the peak of its power-packed action. It's a story that has been and will be retold as long as people talk about sports. But first, before we turn back the clock, here is Bill Reddick with a message from the United States Air Force.
Young men, here is opportunity with a capital O. Your chance to go places faster. Be an airman in the United States Air Force. The Air Force offers unparalleled opportunity for men between the ages of 17 and 34. If you qualify, you'll receive the finest technical training from top experts. Training in such jobs as radar, administration, medical assistance, hydraulic and mechanical equipment, maintenance, and transportation. You'll gain top experience, the kind that produces experts, that gives a man self-confidence, and enables him to go places faster. Remember, too, you earn while you learn, and you'll be gaining the respect and esteem of the entire country. Yes, the future looks brighter in Air Force Blue. See your nearest Air Force recruiter as soon as possible. Secure your future and go places faster in the United States Air Force. Now back to Harry Wismer.
One of the most powerful football dynasties ever built is the handiwork of a balding genius by the name of Paul Brown. This slightly built, nattily dressed individual has rolled up a series of pigskin victories from Massillon High to Ohio State to Great Lakes and finally the Cleveland Browns in the National Football League. That should rank him as one of the truly outstanding football coaches of all time. They have said for years that Paul Brown has called every play of his teams from the bench. How his guards shuttle in and out from the sidelines to the field before and after every play is well known to football fans everywhere. If this is true, Brown can look back to an unbroken string of football championships, the like of which may never be equaled, and feel proud of his results. When the All-American Conference was organized in 1946, Paul Brown's hand-picked team, composed of such stars as Otto Graham, Marion Motley, Lou Groza, Max Speedy, and Dante LaValle, just to name a few, dominated the league and ran roughshod over all opposition to wrap up 4 championships in a row. When their conference merged with the National Football League in 1950, the so-called experts figured the honeymoon was over. But the record books will tell you that the Browns never broke stride. In their first year against the toughest kind of competition, they won their division title and then went on to shade the Los Angeles Rams 30-28 to capture their 5th straight championship in one of the most thrilling playoff games ever seen. In a startling finish, the Browns came from behind to win the contest in the last 20 seconds. When the Los Angeles Rams came back to Municipal Stadium in Cleveland on Christmas Eve, it was their first visit since they had headed west after winning the 1945 Conference Championship. Few members of that 1945 squad remained, but Bob Waterfield, the great quarterback, was still the big star. The game was a brilliant passing duel between Waterfield and Otto Graham. This was football at its thrilling best. The very first play of the game brought the fans to their feet. Right after the opening kickoff, the Rams scored a touchdown. Waterfield fired a long pass to Glenn Davis in the first 27 seconds of play, and the former West Point star galloped 45 yards to pay dirt. Waterfield's boot made it 7-0, and the Cleveland fans sank back in gloom, expecting the worst. The Browns, however, couldn't afford the luxury of worrying. 6 plays after the next kickoff, they had tied the score. The tie didn't last very long. The high-flying Rams came right back. An 81-yard drive in 8 plays put them up front 13-7, and another Waterfield conversion made it 14-7. The second period just meant defending different goals. The crossbars looked the same no matter what end of the field they were on. In 8 plays in this period, the Browns rolled off 65 yards for touchdown number 2, with Graham passing to end Dante LaValle for 35 yards to make it 14-13. Cleveland trailed by 1. Then something happened to set the stage for the unbelievable tension that would come later in the game. On the conversion attempt, the pass from center was high. Tommy James, who held the ball for Lou Groza, couldn't get it set in time. Thinking quickly, he got to his feet, dashed a few yards to the right, and threw a hurried pass into the end zone to Captain Tony Adamley. It reached his fingertips, but fell off. That miss was a big difference, as the first half ended 14-13. And as the game progressed, it seemed to grow greater and greater. Cleveland barged into a 20-14 lead early in the third quarter, but every new score encouraged the opposition to come right back, and that's just what the Los Angeles Rams did. Waterfield uncorked 3 great passes in succession to place the ball on Cleveland's 17. And from there, Dick Horner carried 7 straight times, finally pulling it over from the 1. The point-after touchdown put the Rams in front once again, 21-20. After the kickoff, it looked like the Browns were once more on the march. On their own 20, Marion Motley took a wide pitch out from Graham. He roared around his own left end for 8 yards. Then cornered, he turned and tried to find an opening. He was tackled hard and dropped the ball. A Rams end scooped it up on the run and made for the goal line. He avoided tacklers who had shots at him and just made the touchdown marker, stumbling across for the score. Another kick by Waterfield, and the Rams had a breather, 28-20. But, as I said before, one score brought on another. An intercepted pass on Cleveland's own 35 provided the springboard from which the Browns came right back. Graham completed 5 passes to the glue-fingered Lavelli to move the ball to the Los Angeles 47. It was 4th down and a yard to go for a first down. Graham never hesitated. He took the gamble and carried the ball himself, sneaking through to the 40 while the crowd shouted as though he had tied the score. With 14 yards separating his team from the goal line, Graham passed to Rex Baumgardner in the end zone. It clicked. Peerless Otto had come fighting back. Rosa kicked the extra point, but Cleveland still trailed 28-27. That missed conversion had come back to haunt Paul Brown like a giant white ghost. Now, before Big Moments in Sports brings you in detail the thrilling account of the closing minutes of the Pro Championship game between the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Rams, here is a message of interest to all young men who want to go places faster.
Young men, are you interested in electronics, mechanics, jet propulsion? Then be an airman in the United States Air Force. Whatever your preferences, you'll find the right spot for you as an airman in the Air Force. There are over 400 specialized jobs for which you may qualify. As an airman, you're a key man, skilled in technical ability, trained by top experts. As an airman, you earn while you learn. And the Air Force offers you other important benefits. Retirement plan with pension, the chance for world travel. You'll advance as high as your interest and ability can take you. Yes, your future will look brighter in Air Force Blue. If you're between 17 and 34, see your Air Force recruiter now. You'll go places faster in the United States Air Force. Municipal Stadium, Cleveland, December 24th, 1950. Rams battle Browns for Pro Football title.
We're in the closing minutes of this great ball game between the Los Angeles Rams and the Cleveland Browns at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. Fans, this has been a bitter, hard-fought struggle down there on that frost-bitten field. The temperature is about 7 above zero. It's clear and very cold, and the Rams lead 28-27 with 2 minutes of playing time remaining in the fourth quarter. Cleveland was on the march a few seconds ago. They were deep in Rams territory, but the ever-reliable Graham fumbled the ball after picking up 7 yards through the line, and Los Angeles recovered on their own 22. This could be the end for the Browns, and a lot of folks think they've had it. Time has been called. Bob Waterfield, the great Rams quarterback, is over at the far sideline talking to his coach, Jumbo Joe Steiderhar, getting last-minute instructions to carry back to his teammates. Now, time's back in. Los Angeles ball on their own 22, and they go into punt formation with Waterfield back. Only a minute 48 seconds remain in the game. The ball is snapped, and Waterfield gets off a high spiraling boot slightly over to the right. It drops on the Browns' 20-yard line, rolls to the 15. Cliff Lewis, Cleveland safety man, picks up the ball. It streaks to the far sideline. He's up to the 20, the 25, the 30, where he is hit by a whole host of Ram tacklers and brought down. It's 1st and 10 for the Browns on their own 30. Can they do it? Time is running out, and that goal line is 70 yards away. With the Browns in their huddle, there's no question in anyone's mind what Graham is going to do. The Browns come out of their huddle with Graham calling signals over the center. A minute and a half left in the game. The ball is taken by Otto, and he fades back to pass. He can't find a receiver. Now he moves into that pocket, and he's going to run with the ball. He's up to the 35, the 40, the 45 before he's hauled down. But it's enough for another first down. 28-27, Rams lead. The Browns out of the huddle quickly. About a minute to play. Graham once again calling signals. Back again to pass. He's looking for a target. Now he lets go toward the far side. And Rex Baumgartner comes out of nowhere. Leaps high in the air to put it in. And steps out of bounds to stop the clock. Another first down for Cleveland on the Rams' 30-yard line. 50 seconds to go. And the ball is placed 15 yards in from the sidelines. Browns ball, 1st and 10 to go. Out of their huddle quickly, Graham once again takes the ball and looks for a receiver. He can't find one and throws it off to his left. Incomplete. The Rams are now arguing that Graham intentionally grounded the ball, but the officials refuse to see it that way. 43 seconds to go, and the Browns do not even go into a huddle, but come up with an unbalanced line with Graham at quarterback. There's the snap, and a jump pass to Dub Jones is complete at the line of scrimmage. He's down to the 25, the 20, the 15, before he's brought down by Stan West, the guard for Los Angeles. Another first down for Cleveland. The Rams just can't seem to stop those passes of Graham. Time is running out with the ball on the 15-yard line. 33 seconds to go. Once again, the Browns line up. Graham wastes no time. On a quick opening play, Otto goes off tackle to his right, picks up 4 yards, and Cleveland calls time. The ball is resting on the Rams' 11-yard line, directly in front of the goal post, with only 28 seconds left in the game. Now Graham is looking toward the Cleveland bench, and Luke Rosa is coming into the ball game. The toe comes running on the field. The offensive squad for the Browns lead, throwing their helmets in the air and slapping each other on the back. Everything now depends upon the big toe of Rosa. Rams lead by 1 point, 28-27, 28 seconds to go. The teams line up once more. The pressure was never greater. With the Pro Championship of the world, the much sought-after prize. Time's back in. Signals are being barked. Tommy James is back to hold the ball for Groza, with his knee resting on the 16-yard marker. The ball is snapped. It's a good pass from center. James has it, sets it down. He's getting good protection. Groza draws back his foot, boots it. It's up in the air. The referee throws his hand straight up. It's good. Final score, Browns 30, Rams 28. And Cleveland rides to victory on the toe of Lou Groza once again. It is the opinion of many that as long as Paul Brown is calling the signals from the bench, it is going to take a tremendous effort on the part of the other National Football League teams to keep the Cleveland Browns from maintaining their perfect record of never failing to qualify for a championship game.
Big Moments in Sports with Harry Wismer is directed by Gene Kirby, written by Arthur Suskin Jr., and presented by the United States Air Force in cooperation with this station. This is Bill Reddick speaking.